our advanced trumpet class. So we're going to go over everything that we're going to be doing for our concert, playing along with our play-along tracks, and working on that. Your parents should have gotten an email this week from Jason that had all the links to all of our music and our your play-along tracks for the concert and for our virtual recording with some information about that. So if they didn't get that or they haven't mentioned that, maybe bring that up to them and see if they got it. So we have 3 songs that we're going to be doing as our full orchestra pieces. And then we also have 2 songs that we're doing from our band book, as you guys know. There are a few other challenge pieces, and I believe that Nick is going to be doing a special class on Friday for one of the challenge pieces, so check your schedule for that. But why don't we start? So let's start with our warm-up, and then we'll get into playing all these tunes. All right, let's do both of these slurs today. Also, make sure that you always rinse your mouth out before you play your trumpet, because I think we've talked about it before. It can get really nasty. I just had some coffee, so I have to take a sip of water beforehand because I do not want that getting all in my horn. It gets so dirty if you don't rinse your mouth out. It's really, really gross. My old band teacher told us, and I don't know if this is true or not, but my old band teacher told me that his grandfather had a horn up in the attic, an old trumpet, and they didn't clean it a lot. And so when they went and they got the trumpet out to play, the kid did, he was playing the trumpet and there was the air wasn't going through the pipes and they couldn't figure out what it was. And when they opened it up, they found a cockroach inside the pipes because they hadn't kept their horn clean and washed their mouth out with water. So I don't know if it's true or not, but that is the story that I was told. And that is why I always keep my trumpet clean. So let's start with the lip builders. Just going down our different valve combinations. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's go up and do the super slurs now. So we're going between all of those 3 first intervals. So again, as we're doing this, it isn't as hard as a lot of people make it to be. It should feel really effortless. It's just T-I-E, T-I-E. Really, really easy. Alright, here we go. Super slurs. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Alright, let's start with our canon. Let me pull up our backing track really quick, and we'll play through it. Okay. Here we go. 2, 3. choose to play along with. And feel free to choose any of the parts to play along with. You can end at various points throughout that play along recording. Alright, that's good for that one. Let's run through both parts of the America song. Pull up, play along to that one as well. So look this one over. Remember, this one is in the key of F, which means that we are playing B flats the whole song. That's our first finger. Here we go. Melody first. Whoops. Sorry, this one's a 2 measure count off. Try again. 1, 2. So one thing that I do want you guys to pay a lot of attention to when you guys are playing this is what is slurred and what is tongued. So especially in that last line, there's very clear directions for how they want you to play that. I'll play it once just to go over it. So I was being a little bit dramatic there. But make sure that you're tonguing where it needs to be tongued and slurring where it needs to be slurred. So let's play through that melody part one more time. Pay special attention to those slurs. And then we'll play through the harmony. Here we go. 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, I accidentally paused it. Again. Obviously this one is a little bit different on the rhythms. Still pay attention to the slurs here. They're in different spots in some places. I like this one because it's starting on that low A. Maybe next week I'll incorporate. I really like doing a lot of these low register notes in my warm-ups. They're a really, really nice thing to warm up. And then also, if you've had a really strenuous day of playing, just like you stretch after you exercise, one thing that trumpet players I think don't do enough if you've had a really hard day of playing is warming down also. And a really good way to warm down at the end of playing a lot is playing low notes. So just like going down that valve combination. And holding those low notes down there. So this is nice that we're getting down to that low A. I love the tone on the trumpet down there. Alright, let's play the America harmony. 1, 2. Awesome. Alright, moving on. Let's run through our other class songs. So we have 3 of them. We have not played Superhero Blues yet, I don't think, but we're going to run through that one. This one isn't too difficult. If you do have trouble with it, on our YouTube video, we do have instructional video on just how to play this first trumpet part. So if you need a little bit more help than we're going through in class, go ahead and check out that YouTube video on our channel. I also have Playground Waltz, and then the last one, which we haven't played or talked about that much, is Viva La Vida. So we'll look through that one today too. Alright, starting with Superhero Blues. gonna pull up the backing track. And so let's take a look at the key signature before we start and any accidentals. We're in the key of G, which means that we're going to be playing F sharps for everything. And other than that, we have B's I see in the middle of A. We also have a flat sign there, an accidental. Those are B flats, our first fingers, so keep that in mind. Okay, sorry, let me just find these really quick. They're all jumbled in my thing. I just had them. Here we go. Alright, Superhero Blues. Cool. All right. Next, let's move on to the Playground Waltz. This one's definitely easier note-wise. It's just a little bit more difficult form-wise, but nothing you guys can't handle. So let's just remind ourselves this is in the key of E, which means we are going to be playing G sharps. All of the sharps that we would be playing if we had more notes would be G sharp, D sharp, C sharp, and F sharp. But we only have G sharps in this one. And then we do have those accidentals in measure 22. So that's A sharp, which is our first finger. Okay? And then it switches to A natural at 26. Okay. Here we go. Playground Waltz. 2, 3, 4. So we don't play the first time. Rest, rest. Only second time at the repeat. Measure 9, 10, 11. Here we go. Rest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First finger. 1 and 2. Alright, back to 5, but we don't play the first time, so we're resting. Measure 7, measure 8, 9, 10, 11, and open. Ready? Here we go. Alright, so last song that we have today is our longest song, Viva La Vida. So this one is in the same key as Playground Waltz, and I believe we may have a YouTube video for this one too to work on it. So we're just going to sight read through this whole thing, and that probably will bring us to the end of class today. This Coldplay song off of the album titled Viva La Vida. I'm sure you guys know it and or will recognize it. So we're in E. So let's just remind ourselves, and maybe I'll bring in an E scale next week for us to play. So if you need to print out your music and mark, feel free to mark any sharps on your music. What I do not allow my students to do is write the fingerings underneath. Because when you're doing that, you are not learning the... your brain isn't connecting the dots in the learning. It's like if you were bowling with the gutter things up the whole time, or you never took the training wheels off your bike. So we don't want to do that because it will seriously stunt you later in your musical career, and it's going to be a lot harder for you later on if you are writing those numbers down there. So please do not do that. Write those sharps in front of to remind you that they're there. Feel free to. Just do not write the numbers of the fingering. Okay, so number 33 is where we start. Again, we are in E, so we're playing E natural. So an F sharp, G sharp, which is 2 and 3, C sharp 1 and 2, and then D sharp, low D sharp is 2 and 3, high D sharp is just 2. Okay? So let me pull up the backing track and we will read through this. Hopefully I can switch these pages fast enough for everyone while we're playing it. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. So we're at A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, Alright, at B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2. Alright, here we go. 7, day. So just to review really quickly what we went over, we'll play through the rest of that next week. We went through Viva La Vida. There's 3 pages of that one. Playground Waltz, Superhero Blues. Those are our full orchestra pieces. We also went over our individual class songs. America, the Melody and Harmony. And also our canon in C. And of course we started with our warm-ups. So again, have your parents check their email for that link from Jason to all of your guys' practice and the list of everything that you'll be doing for your concert. Send us in some videos if there's anything you're having trouble with or just want to show us that you're working on. And then other than that, I will see you guys all next week. So have a good rest of your day and happy practicing.